Pet Sematary Bloodlines is a 2023 supernatural horror film directed by Lindsay Anderson Beer and also written by Lindsay Anderson Beer and Jeff Bueller. Now, this serves as a prequel to Pet Sematary. Not the 1989 original movie, but the 2019 remake. And this focuses in 1969 and takes place 50 years before the events of the 2019 remake in Ludlow, Maine. And we see a young teenage Judd Crandall. Yes, the character that John Lithgow played in the 2019 remake. He tries to leave his hometown until secrets come about what is happening in the town of Ludlow, Maine. Now, I did not know that this was a prequel to the 2019 remake. I thought it was a prequel to the 1989 original film. I didn't realize that until I saw the masks, and then I realized, oh, okay, then I see what's going on. The movie is based off of the Pet Sematary novel by Stephen King of the same name. Now, the movie stars Jackson White as Judd Crandall, Natalie Aylan Lind as Norma, Forrest Goodluck as Manny, Henry Thomas as Dan Crandall, Judd's father, Samantha Mathis as Kathy Crandall, and David Duchovny as Bill Baderman. Now, the movie starts off in a way where Bill Baderman buries his son, Timmy. Timmy's brought back from the dead. You know how Pet Sematary works. The dog is then kind of possessed. And that was a little interesting aspect. The dog gets possessed and tries to go around killing people based on what Timmy is doing. And from here on out, it's not really an interesting film at all. It relies heavily on jump scares a lot. There's parts where it's just that big red truck, in the Pet Sematary novel and the movies, goes by on the road here and there past the Crandall house, and that's it. There are some interesting kills in this, like a shotgun through the torso. But the thing is that the aspect and the look and the feel of 1969 looked like a modern day 1969 set in 2022, 23, whatever you want to call it. It didn't have that 60s feel to it. Even if you throw in that soundtrack of, the classic songs from that era, it just didn't work. There were not many interesting scenes. I do want to say that Manny, Forrest Goodluck's character, really, stood out for me, especially with how he has a connection with his sister Donna. And then we see the backstory of how Pet Sematary came to be, the lore, the myth, what the aspect is, and why it's more so of a protected land. We go back to 1674, why it was called Ludlow, Maine, what happened, and we get the backstory. But I wanted more of that sequence. That sequence is maybe, I want to say, 5 to 8 minutes long, and then we come back to the story at hand. While the movie could have been good, it wasn't. David Duchovny as Bill Baderman was good. I wanted more of him. Henry Thomas as Dan Crandall was good. I wanted more of him. Pam Grier is in this as well. She has a short role. David Duchovny, Pam Grier, and Henry Thomas all have short roles. They're not on screen for a very, very long time. And the aspect of what Timmy is doing, Bill's son, and how he comes back and has to kill everybody to, do something. It was okay, but not great. We understand why the killings are happening, but then the pact that everyone shares in town, and it's like, oh, they know about it. What happened? And they go to confront Bill, and Bill's like, I had to do what I had to do to bring back my son. And Dan's like, you know what you did. The movie runs for 84 minutes long. It came out October 6, 2023 on Paramount Plus. I was excited for this, but then I lost interest really quickly. This is a really quick watch of a film. It's not long at all. I mean, when a movie's under 90 minutes, then it's going to be interesting. Like I said, the aspect of focusing on Judd Crandall was good. I liked that. Jackson White as Judd was really, really fun to see. It's just the story wasn't cohesive. It didn't make any sense. I would like to see a prequel where it takes place in 1674 of how the natives of this land turned it into a pet cemetery, why you shouldn't bury humans at this place, and why people come back. The aspect and the recap in the beginning of this is really fun and good, but then it just falls off on a little tangent. Like I said, if this was set and in a way where it was based off of the 1989 movie, fantastic. But it's set in 1969, which is based off of the 2019 remake, if that makes sense. So it all takes place 50 years before the events of the previous film, and as I said, the plot follows a young Judd Crandall. Judd's mission now is to protect anything that happens to the pet cemetery. And we know that, especially as we see in what happens to his demise in the 2019 remake and even in the 1989 film of the same name. For me, Pet Sematary Bloodlines gets 1 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Pet Sematary Bloodlines. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story? Did you know that this was a prequel to the 2019 remake? Or did you think there was a prequel to the 1989 original film Pet Sematary? Did you like the aspect of the lore, the story? Did you want more of the 1674 sequence? Do you want a movie about that? And do you think that this film was supernatural and horror based, or do you think that it was not that and it relied on jump scares too much? Who was your favorite character? Who was your least favorite character? What do you think about the all-star cast? Did you want to see more of them? And where do you see this franchise going? And do you think that Stephen King novels and short stories should take a lull a little bit and not be made into movies or TV shows anymore? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked about Pet Sematary Bloodlines, and let me know what rating you would give this movie, and be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I will see you all in the next review video. I'm Mr. Filmstock, and thank you so much for tuning into my review of Pet Sematary Bloodlines.